Hello, my name's Scott Dotson, Vice President of Marketing and Sales for Northwest Distribution. Welcome to the video text training series for direct vent gas fireplaces. Now what you see here is a zero clearance gas direct vent fireplace. And you're going to get a lot of people that want to have these products. Well, by the end of this video, you're going to have everything you need to know to handle the customers in the showroom and direct them to the right resources to get exactly the products that they want. So hey, let's take a minute and just talk about the basics of a direct vent gas fireplace. And what this unit does is when they say zero clearance, they mean that they can build it into combustibles. That means that along these walls right here, you can build right up to it with wood framing, right up to this area, and then you can do your finishing materials from there. So it's zero clearance from the unit to any combustible materials. Direct vent simply means that it takes all its combustion air in from outside. Now this is a piece of direct vent pipe. This is specifically made for the Napoleon fireplaces. As you can see, you have an inside and you have an outside liner here. Now the inside is actually the exhaust. Now this exhausts everything out of the stove, and the outside one brings all the combustion air into the stove. Now I'll show you the rear of the stove in just a second, but this is the pipe you need. Now, the advantage of Northwest Distribution working with you is that instead of you having to know everything about these stoves inside and out and taking responsibility for somebody's parts and installation and bid sheets, you just turn them over to us. You call the number on the screen here, and we're going to be available to your clients for 100% of consulting the bids, putting together complete configurations and all the parts they're going to need for their application, engineering their chimney system, and what we do is we supply back to you a complete bid sheet filled up with all the parts that they're going to need for their application. So it makes it simple. So instead of worrying about how to put together a fireplace, you're going to be able to concentrate more on signing up new members and helping existing members find the products they need by directing them to where they have to be in your showroom. Now, first of all, every one of you is going to have a book. It's basically, it's the NWD sales book like this. Now, this book will be available, and what we have in here is all the parts and all the prices needed for the particular units. The first page has this page on it, which basically says, call us, call Northwest Distribution, and they'll follow through with all the products that you need. We also have the complete price book on here, and of course everything in here is at your regular wholesale multiplier to the customer. And then after that, we've got all of the different fireplaces in here. So the client should just breeze through this. Now when they come to a point where they have a question, they're going to simply be able to call us up directly and not go to you and ask you, well, do I need this or do I need that for the application? So that's going to be your advantage with Northwest Distribution. Now, getting back to gas fireplaces, direct vent gas fireplaces, let me show you the back and how this is actually installed. I'm going to flip this unit around, and this here is the rear of that same unit. Now this is the, again, direct vent. So all of this gets encased in framing materials. You're going to frame in here a phony fireplace, and this is going to be the back of the unit. Now getting back to the straight out vent installation, again we have this little pipe, so it's pretty simple. All they're going to do is vent directly off this and say they want to go right out the wall and end right there. That's what a direct vent appliance can do. The nice thing about these units is you don't have to do a full chimney all the way up through the top of the house or all the way up through the roof. You can simply go right out the house and end right there. It's really kind of neat. So hey, this goes right on the back of the fireplace here. It slides right on there. And then this is flexible, so it can go right out the back wall. And then right on the outside of the house, this is the cap that would go there. The simple cap goes right on the outside, and it plugs right into this unit. And voila, this is your complete horizontal installation on this unit. That's everything that you need to have for this unit to be installed. Now, a lot of people might want to go with a rigid system, and in that case, they can go with what they call Simpson Duravent. It's another type of pipe that is used with this stove. Now again, when your client calls us, we'll go over all this with him. But this is there's an adapter that's needed for the back of the stove to go to Simpson Duravent. It's more of a rigid pipe. So I'm going to put this adapter right on here. And I'm going to show you a piece of pipe. This is what they call direct vent pipe. Okay, again, you've got an inside and you've got an outside. It exhausts through here and it brings combustion air in through here. So this will simply go right on the top of this unit. In this case, say he wants to go up vertical. We'll take a 45-degree angle and we will put it on that. Now the back of the stoves are always different. Some go straight up, some go straight out the back, and some have this 45-degree on them, depending on which one. But in this case, we have one that has a 45-degree angle. And so simply the pipe would be fitted like this. Now, we can go straight up with the pipe, all the way up through the ceiling, and we can use all the components we need to take this up through. We have a fire stop and a cap and everything on this. And that's it. That's the venting. Now, again, you send the customer to us, and we will take care of all of this for them as far as the venting goes. Let's spin this around. Now, you should know that direct vent fireplaces come in all different shapes and sizes. You can get big ones and little ones. You can get, this is a 42-inch model right here, but you can also get see-throughs, you can get arched faces, you can get all different kinds. You want to look through the Napoleon book and you'll see all the different fireplaces that are available. And then besides that, you know, you find the one you like, your customer likes, and then they can go from there as far as that's concerned. You'll have a log set in here. You'll have controls right under here. So every fireplace will have a controllability on the flame height. You can get handheld remote controls for these, which will control the temperature in the room. It'll be a digital readout on a thermostat that will show you the air temperature, and the unit will come on and off automatically, just like a furnace. These are furnace rated, which means that they'll be able to operate just like a heater. So once they're installed, you can simply set them how you want them to be, and then you're going to be set. They'll also come with blowers in them. Blowers are typically going to be optional on these. There's also going to be trim kits and things like that, arch doors and all kinds of things that you can get with these different fireplaces. They also range in different sizes and different pricing. You know, there's some very inexpensive ones that will be smaller units for, say, a family room, all the way up to very big, large, super expensive units for the very finest of living rooms. So you have a wide choice of items, and every one of them will be able to suit the needs of your clients, and every one of them will be available for our consultation on it, if needed. The glass here, just so you know, is a sealed combustion. You cannot get into a direct vent fireplace. You're going to have to take this glass off to get inside of it, because everything's sealed. The air does not interact with interior air, because you've got your combustion air coming in from outside, and you've got your exhaust going back out to the outside. None of the air in here actually comes into the room that's going through the fire. You do have a combustion chamber, though, around the fireplace in the back, where room air can be forced through by a blower system, and thereby giving you heat coming into the room, but it's not the same air that's inside of the box for the fireplace. Now this creates an airtight seal, which is usually a code requirement for almost every municipality in the United States. They want you to use direct vent fireplaces. Now direct vents must be used in bedroom and bathroom applications. That's a mandatory thing. You can't have a fireplace in a bedroom unless it's a direct vent. In a main living room, you can open yourself up to different choices. Now let me just take one step back, and as far as gas fireplaces are concerned, there's basically three types that you might be asked about. There's direct vent that we're going over here. This is a direct vent system. There's also B-vent. You might hear the term B-vent. B-vent simply means that it comes off, the vent comes off the top and goes straight up through the roof like a wood stove. There's no intaking combustion air through the system. It's just one shot out, and all of the combustion air for the unit comes from the inside. Now, B-vents aren't used that much anymore, but they are in vogue and they are still manufactured. And a lot of people like them because on a B-vent fireplace, a lot of times you can get them with no glass because they're getting all their combustion air from inside the room. The B-vents are very inefficient, though. They're not going to be the same kind of efficiency as a gas fireplace. This unit will heat and give off very economical heat as far as the efficiencies go, where a B-vent will not. The third kind of fireplace you might hear about is called vent-free. Now that means it has no vent, okay? No direct vent, no B-vent, nothing. It's just a unit like this. Now on vent-free units, that gets a little spicy. Typically, you want to check with your local building code, first of all, to make sure that they are acceptable in a certain geographic location. A lot of times they might not be acceptable, and that's important to find out before anyone prices out a vent-free system. Other than that, though, vent-frees do work. They're 99.9% efficient. They have an ODS sensor, which is called an oxygen depletion sensor, in them. So they're all federal, they're all tested and listed to be used in applications, but they're not good for primary heat. They're not listed as heaters. They're just aesthetic models. And even though they are high efficiency units, they don't give off any heat. They're not really designed for that. And a lot of people recommend, a lot of municipalities recommend that you do get vented systems. They want to have these stuff vented out of the home. Especially in today's tight, new construction type homes, you don't want to have those things inside. So anyway, there we go. There's the direct vent units. We hope that you give us a call. If you have any questions, Northwest Distribution is here. Like I said, we work with about 50 to 60 direct buys nationwide. We want to work with you. We enjoy talking to the direct buy customers. When they call up, we treat them with kid gloves. We take them through the whole process of ordering their fireplace, give them a bid on exactly what they need, and then we send them back to your office to place the order. It's real simple, and it's very, very economical. And we like taking the strain off of the direct buys. We're the experts in this. We can handle this with the customer, and then you can go about doing more profitable things with your time. You're not worrying about figuring out fireplace chimney system or anything like that.